Hey traders, this is Julian from the Binary Lab. So I want to give you an update about binary options trading in Europe. This has been a concern, and finally the bomb has been dropped by ESMA. ESMA is one of the regulators of the European trading, and in the UK, unfortunately, it seems that FCA is following suit as well, and they have announced a ban on binary options and also like a 30 times max leverage on CFD. It's kind of crappy for traders, but this is what's happening. So just basically want to run you through what's been announced and also workarounds, because I understand that not everyone is happy, and many people are not happy, and many people want elsewhere like other solutions where they can work around it and continue trading. So over here in Binary Lab, we trade mostly binary options, as the name suggests. We're not so concerned about CFDs. And at the end of this video, I'll be providing you some ideas on what people can do if you're affected by this. Okay. So over here, it's been announced that ESMA has banned binary options. UK has been separated out from the Eurozone. They've broken away from Eurozone, but they're following suit nonetheless. So FCA governs UK, and they actually support the application of a EU-wide product intervention. I've spoken to a bunch of brokers, and they have mentioned that there will be a grace period. So depending on the broker, it can be anywhere between like 1.5 and 3 months. So if you have an account, you most probably can continue trading for another 1+ to 3 months. Okay, and then eventually, depending on the broker, they're gonna and you'll most probably be informed by account manager when it's a winding down date. So what's going to happen at a broker level? I've spoken to several brokers in the past about this issue, because it's kind of like been there. Everyone has been speculating about it, and what I've been hearing from account managers is that they will kind of segregate by IP address. If you're in a country where binary options is banned and you go into that site, you basically wouldn't be able to use certain features offered by that broker. So let's say, you would only see like CFDs, Forex. You won't see binary options there if it's banned in that area. And on top of that, like CFDs is going to be limited to that certain leverage if you're in that area. They're doing it by IP restriction. The workaround is that let's say what happens if you're in a non-ESMA governed or non-CISEC governed country, non-FCA governed country, but you're going to somewhere in Europe that is affected by these regulations. So what happens is that you may see that due to the IP, you will not be able to access certain products, but you can continue to access it using a VPN. However, like some of you may have ideas about signing up for accounts with a VPN, and you may even be allowed to deposit, but the problem comes when you have to verify your account. So if you're not in a country where binary options is allowed, where it is banned, and you open an account with a broker using a VPN, you successfully deposit money using one of the different payment modes that is not VPN sensitive, is not a country specific credit card. Let's say you use like an online debit card and you did make a deposit. What's going to happen is that if you cannot verify your address to be in a country that is not governed by these laws, then your profits are just going to be cancelled and your money is going to be returned to you the way it was. So I mean, that's the bad, unfortunate news. So let's have a look at what's happening here. They are prohibiting the marketing, distribution, and sale of binary options to retail investors. Many brokers that I've spoken to, they have announced like a deadline on 31st of March. So anything from April, they're just winding down promoting and not promoting anymore. They may allow existing clients to continue for a while depending on broker, like between, like I said, 6 weeks and 12 weeks, but that's basically it. Okay. Over here, there are a couple of things that I thought is stupid. A lot of people in my binary lab also think it's stupid. For example, like they talk about the lack of transparency, which is actually fixed already. Binary options is a structural expected negative return. This is referring to, let's say, when you lose 100, you win like max 96. That's the highest today. So a lot of brokers pay up to like 95, 96. I haven't seen a 97 yet, but is actually quite high. So it's not really that structurally negative as it used to be, because in the past it used to be like 70 to 80. That was, and in the past 80%, 81% is considered very good already. But it's moved on along since. But I mean, these people, I think they're just like overcautious. It's kind of lame. Disparity between expected return and risk of loss. No, I mean, if you're just doing like a coin toss, if you're just based on 50-50, yes, that's going to happen. But if you have a method, you're going to be able to cut through nonetheless, right? Unfortunately, these people don't know that and don't realize that, and perhaps there are just too many sore losers in the market. They're just going to regulators trying to ask for their money back, trying to help chase lost money from their own anxious, their own careless actions. Okay, the promise of high returns, easy to trade digital platforms in the environment of historical low interest rates has created and offered appeals to retail investors. Yes, they realize that. Okay, but inherent complexity of products and excessive leverage against CFDs has resulted in significant losses for retail investors. Well, loss is loss, return is return, in my opinion. So I think it's really daft, and I think this really calls for more education. They should be stressing education, education, education. But anyway, what's done is done. Okay, so let's talk about what can we do about this. So I've been speaking to different brokers about the possibility of opening broker accounts with like a corporate entity versus like an individual. So in the past, many brokers have actually allowed people to do this because there's been a lot of demand for that, especially when binary options was new a couple of years back. Many brokers were like accepting company applications. So I've been asking around, and I found out that yes, a few brokers are still accepting on request, like corporate registration, as opposed to individual sign up. So this is like a workaround for people in the United States and Europe to actually trade. Having said that, there are other considerations like address verification. So you gotta set up like you gotta somehow arrange for utility bills to be sent there in order to prove that is a like a proof of address. Okay, otherwise there could be problems. Other than that, just stay close to this channel. Stay tuned to my updates. I will be updating soon. Don't want to mention too much too soon yet, but as of now, there are a few brokers that are still accepting individual registrations, and they will continue to do so even through May, as what I hear. So I'll be letting that information out very soon. So stay tuned to this channel on YouTube and as well as my Facebook page. Once again, this is Julian from the Binary Lab, signing out for now. Good trading.